welcome you guys to Wrestling Pit Podcast here on YouTube.com. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel you guys enjoying today. So, you guys, I'm going to hand it over to a little big man. We're going to be, of course, doing our WWE Monday Night Raw review from March the 11th of 2024. So, go ahead and take the floor there, little big man.
All right, everybody. Welcome. Sit down, get your popcorns. We about to get into this. I'm pretty sure I can't remember because I didn't write it down, so I don't know if they did an actual recap of past events. Pretty sure they did with WWE. But they started off with Drew McIntyre coming out to basically confront Seth Rollins about accepting The Rock's challenge. And in summary, he basically called Seth a junkie, saying that's again reiterating that he's a spotlight junkie and he's a fiend. He had to get his fix for that spotlight. He just had to say yes to The Rock in his challenge, and that he's neglecting his duties as the Raw champion. But the prayers are going to be answered because he will be champion of Monday Night Raw, and he will do what's right by Monday Night Raw. And he said instead of trying to fight the bloodline, you should be trying to work with, The Rock in particular. That maybe it's not, and maybe you're going about this the wrong way, but trying to fight him. But then Seth Rollins would come out and basically tell him that he almost got his attention with that Claymore kick. He just needed one more Claymore kick. He got his full attention. He keeps trying to go Drew McIntyre into doing it, but Drew wouldn't do it. He wouldn't take the bait. So he was like, "Oh, you want me to get down on my knees? Oh, that's right. I forgot you're a coward. So let me turn my back." And but Drew said, "I know what you're trying to do, and I'm not going to do it because I need you at 100%. I need you at WrestleMania. It's going to happen at WrestleMania, so I'm not going to do it." But Seth will call Drew a hypocrite, saying that he thought CM Punk was the biggest hypocrite of them all until he met Drew McIntyre, and tells Drew that if he want to know why he's not at the top, because he's got, even with The Rock, his bum back, his blown out knee, everything that's going on. He said the reason why Drew is not at the top of his list of things to worry about is because, well, I think he said he didn't matter or something like that. And this almost got Drew. He kept baiting Drew, and then at this point, Drew had left the ring, so he tried to bait him to come back. And Drew almost bit the bullet on that one. He almost came back, but then he got himself together, frustrated, and walked back to the back. So with that, Shane, tell me what you thought about this opening promo.
That's your Monday Night Raw. Drew coming out, basically said what he said. Seth came out, did what he did. Is it leaving hype to the match? I'm actually am a little bit more hyper for Seth and Drew than Cody and Roman. But I'm it's gonna be a banger though, and for sure I think Drew gonna walk out with the title if anything. He been on fire, so for our sake, it was a good promo.
Chris?
Oh man. Yeah, overall you can tell that Drew doesn't want to, fight, try to beat down Seth Rollins and risk his match against Seth Rollins because he actually needs it. He done tried like 3 times to try to capture a championship, and each time he tried to capture one, he's always failed at every time he tried to get it. So Seth Rollins is his only chance right now before everything crashes down, or pretty much he's feeling like he will never get another opportunity. And then I'm not sure if he's have re-signed his contract or not with the WWE. So I feel like it's it was a pretty good segment, and also pretty good for what for how Drew went about it with Seth Rollins.
Jeff, go ahead and tell me what you thought about it.
I'd say it was a good segment. I think Drew's gonna win at WrestleMania. If he doesn't, then
He didn't
then it's
resign
gonna
with
make.
the company. If he
Yeah,
don't
I
win
don't think.
WrestleMania, if he
If
didn't
he
win,
doesn't,
that don't mean
yeah,
he
if he
resign.
doesn't win, he's not gonna resign with the company, and most likely, everybody's gonna make fun of him for not winning because it took him so many tries to try to, you know, win the title, and he failed again. But I think Seth Rollins. This whole thing with Seth Rollins, he needs to just focus on Drew McIntyre. Build their feud up a little bit more than trying to build up this thing with the bloodline because it's already up there to where everybody just folks that are excited about it. So, you know, build your feud up with Drew, and then there'll be something there.
Yeah, yeah. Then I want to say we got what started. What I didn't realize until after I watched it. This would be the hour of the women because the first hour or so of Raw was nothing but women matches. So the
Hmm.
first of which is Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. Yeah, it was very progressive. That was very progressive. I'm like, holy shit! We only had 2-man matches this day. I'm like, okay. But yeah, we got Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan, and this match was a banger. It actually, I will say, it was pretty good.
It was a banger.
I can't believe they actually building like this. It seemed like they got this narrative with Liv. They trying to slowly build her to make her credible because she looked very credible here. Like she didn't get beat off the first manhandle slam. She rolled out the ring like a champion. So I'm like, okay. They even had Becky do it to Liv, but I'm like, this was a pretty good match between the two. Even the crowd got involved. We got some
Hmm.
we got some holy shit chants. We got the crowd involved here. And but yeah, this was a solid match. I'm just surprised that they actually let them have this time. They cooked for a minute too. This wasn't a quick match. This was
Right.
like what, good 15 minutes? Good
15,
15
yeah.
plus. And but Becky would hit a second manhandle slam to get the victory. Then Rhea would come out. That Becky did do a nod of acknowledgement to Liv's, because Liv took it to the limit. But Rhea would come out and basically get chewed out by Liv, saying that she gonna take everything from her. And then she would get in the ring and tell Becky that it's not wise to take all these matches before our match at WrestleMania. But I know the reason why you're doing it. You're doing it because you're trying to make yourself believe that you're better than me, but deep down you're not, and that you won't beat me at WrestleMania. But Becky tells Rhea that when people doubt her, when people believe in her that she's good and that she could do a lot of good things, but when people doubt her, that's what make her great. And that at WrestleMania she could doubt her all she want, but she gonna walk out champion. And then she throws the mic down. I know something. I think that was Shane or somebody said she throws the mic down like she always says something.
Hmm.
She did do that here. So yeah, go ahead and you tell me what you think this time, Chris.
All right. So this match right here, it was a pretty good match. And like you said, the first hour Raw with nothing but women matches, which that is something we have not seen in a while, like in a long time. But
If ever.
yeah, well, yeah, yeah. But then again, the way they went about the match was pretty good as well. What I thought was gonna happen, I thought Rhea was gonna be sitting ringside, and I was like, I was into, she was gonna be a disqualification or something like that. Then again, I thought about Nia Jax, but it ended up where Becky just won clean, and like I said, they definitely deserve to have another match later down the line, or possibility they may just end up throwing Liv into the Becky versus Rhea, and then maybe Liv as well for the championship. That's what I think that may happen. If she may go to Adam Pearce or something like that, and try to have like a match against somebody, and if she wins, she
Don't
gets
do
it.
it.
But we'll see what's going to happen in the coming weeks. But yeah, but overall, good match.
Yeah. Go ahead, Shane. Tell me what you thought.
Please, God, don't do it. Don't put. Please don't. No, the match itself was definitely a banger, and I kept saying this time after time. If you give these women time, they can cook,
Look,
and they did just that. Liv Morgan looked it strong, surprisingly. But nah, the match itself was a banger. Rhea coming out, stating a promo. Becky Lynch said absolutely nothing because she threw the mic down again. She needs to stop doing that shit. That shit is annoying. Like, what the hell? Like, girl, at least say something powerful enough to where, uh, uh. But yeah, the match was a banger. Just WWE, please don't put Liv Morgan. Wait, save that to after Mania. Like it, if anything.
That'll work too.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Jeff.
I would say that the match was actually a banger. It was good. Like I'm glad there was no interference or anything because I'm tired of seeing interference, especially with these women matches. Like they don't get no time to cook because every week there's another woman interfering. Like if they just let them wrestle, then they can do some actual work. And I got something to talk about the Nia Jax thing later. But
So
Uh-oh.
interesting. We got an
Here we go.
interesting announcement here. The next thing that happened
Oh no, not it.
was Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce. They come together to make an announcement, not the announcement that I was hoping, but an announcement nonetheless. Wasn't a bad announcement. It was just I thought there was gonna. I figured it was gonna be something like this, but there was announced it was gonna be two separate titles.
right.
But we still got one of the two. They basically announced that at WrestleMania there's going to be a 6-pack challenge ladder match, with the first participant already being obviously the tag team champs themselves, Judgment Day, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest. But that we're going to have a series of qualifiers to see who will join Damian Priest and Finn Balor at WrestleMania. I think they announced too that next week is going to be like New Day and Miz and R-Truth and DIY and the Creed brothers, Andy Sher. I think they all gonna have a match next week to determine who's gonna get one of the spots.
Mm-hmm.
So, real quick, what do y'all think about this 6-pack challenge? Go ahead, Jeff.
I think it's great. Great thing coming for the tag team division, the men's tag team division. Uh like you said, a little bit, man. I was planning on them splitting the tag team titles all together. But what if there was two teams that won, and one team for SmackDown and one team for Raw?
I was just about to say that.
What if? But what if? I told Chris about this earlier today. I'm like, what if? I'm like, but what teams do y'all want to see? You know, from Raw and SmackDown win though. That's the thing.
No,
I,
go
I,
ahead. Go ahead, say take the floor then.
I think the Creed brothers are great competitors. I take nothing away from their
Yeah.
in-ring ability. They are awesome in the ring. I take nothing away from that. Man, they need to find some personality though. Golly, these not over by a long shot. Something need to give.
What did you think overall about the announcement, though, Sean?
Nah, I'm lit for it. I'm lit for that. We get a ladder match at WrestleMania. I'm lit for that. I'm gonna be there. I'm
Yeah.
ready. Hell yeah.
Maybe this is the way they not only split the titles like Jeff said, but bring in new titles too.
Oh, I hope so. Please get rid of them blue and red. Them
Bring
shits.
the old
Oh,
school titles back.
Mm.
nah, don't. I mean, do something.
Well, I say bring them back in name, maybe new belts, but bring them back in name. Though, Chris, go ahead before we move on.
Yeah, I'll make it quick. So yeah, I did like the idea of it, but I was hoping, they were gonna split the titles, of course, like you guys already stated. But the teams that are gonna be in there, I know there are gonna be some good teams.
No one.
I'm down for it. We haven't had like a men's ladder match with multiple teams in like what since Jeff and Matt Hardy them or something like that.
Oh yeah, when they returned at WrestleMania. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that was the last time we had something like
What
that.
what WrestleMania was that? WrestleMania 30 what?
No,
Or was that 20?
it,
No.
yeah, because it was like 3 or 4 years ago. It was
Let me
before the pandemic. Damn, I forgot which WrestleMania that was.
I can check real quick. But overall, like I said, I did like that.
All right. While Chris is looking that up, I got this second match was interesting. Maybe
Oh
not for
yeah.
the maybe
That's
not
good.
for the match, but it was interesting story wise because it was barely a match, but it made up for story because I like what they did with it. Yeah, this second match was interesting for story purposes because I didn't think they was going to do that. I didn't think they was going to do that, but they did it in a way where I'm like, I can see where they're going with Maxine. But let me tell you. So the second match is Maxine Dupree and Ivy Niles. I finally remember her name because we was having trouble remembering Ivy Niles' name. Ivy Niles and versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Now, this match, like I said, wasn't too much of a match. First of all, I will point out Maxine looked pretty good when she finally got in the ring. Not
She
even though
did.
we didn't really get much of a match, she didn't look bad doing her moves. She actually looked pretty good. So for what it's worth, she's learning. She's learning. And I said, this is what I was thinking. This is what they need to do for Jade. Put her on NXT, have her in some house shows, and she'll be ready for the main roster. But no, y'all just want to, because she's a star, you want to shoot her
Yes,
to the
because
main
she's a
roster, but
star.
she has zero training for main roster on this level of WWE. But I digress. So Maxine, like I said, Ivy was gone in first. They worked over Ivy, and then Ivy gets the hot tag to Maxine. Maxine, as I mentioned earlier, looked pretty good. She got some moves off. She
Mm-hmm.
looked good against Indy Hartwell. I said, okay, all right, she's learning. And then she went to go do her worm. And this is where the match took a complete heel turn, per se, pun intended, because first of all, I'm like, oh God, she's doing the worm wrong again.
The,
I'm like,
the
there we go. Okay.
reverse.
But I'm like, I don't know why they make her do that.
I didn't know you can do it backwards.
Right, I didn't know you could do it backwards like that, but okay. And then Candice just nonchalantly just coming to the ring and just like, no, she's not taking that. And I'm just like, wait a minute, hold up. Because she's running down like the match card, like this is them practicing, and she
Heel
just like,
turn.
no, she's not taking this move. You think she's gonna take that? And I'm just like, is they doing? Hold on, what is Candice doing? And she just turns completely heel. I
Heel.
mean, she dog walked Maxine. She's like, you know why
Mm-hmm.
they boo you? You know why the internet boos you? And why they was messing with you at the house? Like, she brought everything up.
She
She
went
said, because
completely
you don't
heel.
belong in here. You don't belong in the ring. She said, you can't wrestle. I'm like, oh, God.
So,
I'm like,
That
this
well,
was
dude,
crazy.
when you got a story like this, build up from natural fan heat, use it. Now, granted, I thought Maxine was just gonna get pissed and start whooping her ass.
I
I
thought
no.
that
thought they
too.
was going with it, but she
You
just ended
know
up
where you're going with
getting
this.
upset, especially when Candice Ray hit her with the most devastating line. She said, I'm glad your dead brother is not here to see this. I said,
Woo, woo, woo.
you had to get your ass beat off that line. Now, if it was me, I'd have been like, yeah, I'm glad too, because I'm about to whip your ass up and down this damn arena. But no, Maxine just says she's not doing this no more. And she just get ready to walk out the ring. She walks right into a big boo from Indy. Indy is confused. Because Indy legit was like, she was confused why she was even trying to leave the ring and walk into that big boot. And she just pins her 1, 2, 3, and you can tell she's pretty much confused while Candace just sitting there, yeah, pin her. I'm like, all right, no. And they win the match. Now, granted, I want to point out, Candace does her best work at NXT when she was a heel. So this is a good thing for Candace. But it's also a good thing for Maxine. So, with that being said, I'm going to give it to my man, Shane. Tell me what you thought.
Thank God. I was waiting. I was waiting for stories under the world title and under the women's world title on SmackDown. I was waiting for storylines to get built under those belts. Thank God. Thank you, WWE. When Kansas stopped the worm, I said yes. The only flaws I have with this was I wish he said it on the microphone. That would have been dope. But I take what I can get. So I love it. I love it. And if y'all did notice the music that was playing in the background, that was Johnny Gargano's music when he turned heel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I
was
noticed
like, wait a
that.
minute, that is a different
I
song
noticed
when
that.
they came out. That
I
was
noticed
Yeah.
that.
song.
Yeah, that was Johnny
I noticed
Gargano's
that.
music when he turned heel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, that was slick. That was interesting right there. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
anybody beat that, but I did.
Yes,
I'm gonna go
I
back and
did.
check
That
it
was
out.
When she said that to Maxine, I was like, ooh, yeah, I would have
and
whooped
then his
that ass
song
for saying
popped up. I'm like,
yeah,
bro.
I would have whooped that ass for saying my brother. But this could be a good thing for Kansas Ray, and this can be a good thing for Maxine.
Maxine.
Kansas does better work as a heel, and she's a good wrestler. So
Mm-hmm.
for her starting this feud with Maxine,
Maxine could get
Maxine
that.
could definitely learn from Kansas. So I mean, it's a win-win. And I mean, damn, when she said the dead brother, I said, God, Lee, she went all the way.
Yeah, she said, I want to touch every nerve in your body.
Yo, for
Every
real.
year.
If we can get Maxine to be that serious baby face going forward, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I loved it.
Yes.
I loved every I mean the stopping the worm, that was a classic for me. Cause I was
Yeah,
like, yo, you gonna stop
because
her in mid move?
and then, Jeff, you tell me what you think.
Like you said, little big man, I feel sad for Avi now. Because she was just she was just there just for a
Yeah, she was
filler.
just there. She was
She was
just
just
there.
a filler. She was just a filler. But at the end of the day, that whole match was great, was phenomenal. I think the whole thing with Maxine doing the backwards worm, that was funny. That was funny. Like that was
Oh,
funny. I'm like,
yeah, that was another thing, not to cut you off. She said you couldn't
no,
even
no, go
do
ahead.
that right. She said you can't even do the worm right. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I get ready to say. I was like, she
I'm
was
like,
like, you can't even do the worm right. And then all of a sudden, you know, it's funny how she hit Candice LeRae had Andy Hartwell pin her or whatever. I'm like, bro, really? You couldn't just do the job?
she wasn't legal. Remember, she wasn't even legal. She just got it. That's what made it funny. She
Oh,
just
that's yes, that's right.
she just got in the ring and just started running Maxine down.
Yeah,
And
you
then
just
like
seen,
I'm like, where's the ref? Ain't you supposed to be
he was
counting?
standing.
Like, come on, like she supposed to be getting out of here.
You
You
just
just
seen the
let the
ref.
ref
You
Nah,
just
out.
seen the ref. He was like, the ref was like,
The
I
ref,
nah.
love
the ref looking. Look, the ref was
The
looking like,
referee
what the
let
hell happened?
her cook. I don't care
The referee was like, what's happening? But I'm still getting that check. I'm still getting that check regardless.
Yo, the
Still
referee
getting
was
that check.
like, nah. The referee was like, nah, you got this one. Go ahead.
He said, I'm getting paid whether I stop it or not.
Mm.
Hmm.
He said, so keep cooking. Keep cooking. I'm loving it.
Go ahead, Chris.
um, I wonder if WWE ever gonna bring back the Slammy Awards because
Hell no.
Oh yeah,
because Candace LeRae need
they didn't do that last year, did
Oh,
they haven't done it in a while because
they haven't
after
done that
this
in a while.
Candace needs one. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
And now
Bruh,
and now
bruh. Yeah.
I never thought you can do a worm backwards. You've seen most people do it. You've seen Otis do it. You've seen
Otis.
freaking who else you do it
Scotty,
Scotty Too
Scotty.
High. You seen him do it. You know, I see a reverse one. I'm like, hold on, what? and then, but like I said, Candice LeRae, I was very excited about that. You guys and Indy Hartwell. Hopefully, she can, get, understand where the understand where is it going at and everything now. Um, but overall, that was like
I
pretty
mean,
good. Now, thing is, a lot of people are giving WWE criticism because Candice LeRae said something about her dead brother. And now I don't understand why,
Soft,
but now
soft.
yeah, now I don't understand why because you see what Christian doing over there in AEW. He talking about dead people, fathers and brothers and mamas and stuff. I was like, come on.
Yo, yo, I seen that too. When they gave Kansas, they said Kansas Cage. I started dying.
Yeah.
Now I'm just saying, like a lot of people are mad about
Yo,
that, but like you still like Christian because he cooks on the mic.
exactly. He talk about people dead fathers. Like what?
hmm
And he told me I'm your father and all that stuff, whatever. He was like, John Boy never had the father that he actually, and all that stuff. So I was like, well, dang. But but yeah, it was pretty cool. But I can't wait to see more in the coming weeks from Candice LeRae, and I also want Indy Hartwell to get on that level as well because I feel like she'll be great at it.
Before a little bit, man. Before you move on, give Kansas LeRae a microphone and give her 5 minutes to cook. Cause she is great on the mic, goddamn it. As her being the heel, she is great on the mic when she's at her best at being a bad guy. Please let her cook this story up. I'm telling you, it's gonna make great
Mm-hmm.
I
For
also want
real.
to say too before I'm moving on, shouts out to the cameraman for getting that shot of
TV.
Maxine
Facts.
Wiggle because they didn't do it for long, but we got a brief wiggle of that booty. And I'm like, I see cameraman deserve a raise for that one. He deserves a raise for that one.
He
Shout out
said
to
he
the
Uh,
deserve a
cameraman.
raise.
Shouts out to the cameraman. He knew what we wanted to see when she got ready to do
hmm
that. Let's see. We got the Judgment Day. They was pretty much
Man.
pissed off about the 6-pack challenge, so they went to go confront Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis about it. To which they will find out that it was Miz and R-Truth idea for it. So Damian demanded to be put in a tag match with them, but he will find out they're not even supposed to be. They're not even there because they're doing press. But comedically, R-Truth comes into the room and he was like, "What's up, y'all? What's going on?" They was like, "Truth, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be on press." So he was like, "I know, but that's supposed to be for Monday." They said, "True, it is Monday. He said, "Oh, that's why the Miz ain't here." I'm like, you know what? I love you, True. Never change. Just never change, man. But he would end up getting they end up getting a scheduled match with Damian Priestley on the night. Then we got Cody Rhodes.
Oh God.
The main promo here
Let's get it.
is Cody Rhodes getting interviewed by
Fine.
Michael Cole. And this was basically about his thought. Michael Cole wanted to know his thoughts about accepting the match with The Rock and what it means to him to actually finish the story at WrestleMania. And Cody Rhodes said he has to finish the story at WrestleMania because this is it. There is no more chances for him after this. If he don't finish the story, he doesn't get another shot. So he has to finish the story because maybe he can't hand the title to his father, but he can hand it to his wife. He can hand it to his mother. He has to finish the story because it will make it for not only himself, his family, but also his fans and friends, and that he has to finish the story, for his own merits, to make sense of it. I can't remember he said something else or not. It escapes me because I was so hyped about Candice LeRae. At this point, I forgot all what Cody said.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that much, and I remember he started crying when he got to talk about his
I think
father.
I think I remember. I think I remember Michael Cole was saying something about Seth Rollins was the only one to like defeat Roman Reigns or something like that before.
Oh yeah, he said something about he wanted to. He can't have no other way to have the person, by his side than Seth Rollins and pretty much.
And Michael Cole asked, "How can you trust Seth Rollins? How can you trust Seth Rollins?" Well, that part too.
Yeah. He did. He asked how
And
can you trust Seth
most
Rollins.
of the time Michael Cole is always right because he used to interview people in the ring a couple years back, and then it always end up coming out the way that Michael Cole says.
Right.
But I don't know. We'll see.
And then not only did that, we got Ricochet and JD McDonald cutting their little promos for the Gauntlet match later on in the night. Like I said, these promos are just about them and about why they are going to win the Gauntlet match and what it means to go on to WrestleMania to defeat Gunther. So what do y'all think about Cody Rhodes' promo?
Oh boy.
Yeah, go ahead, Shane.
Oh boy. I know he dedicated it to his mother and he cried and everything like that. Dude, Cody,
For the crybaby.
I understand the emotion, right? And I get it. This is not the time for you to be shedding tears because The Rock is proving his point yet again.
You
Yet
call the
again.
crybaby. You call the crybaby.
Yet again.
The Rock's about to cook him. The Rock is gonna cook him.
Yeah, like but
The
I
Cody
understand it.
crybaby.
I understand it because you dedicated to your mom because you said that you couldn't give the title to your dad. So I can understand that from a respectable standpoint. But Cody, this is not the time, bro. This is you could have saved that after
After WrestleMania.
you won the title or whether if you win the title, you could have saved that after. Right? You're proving The Rock right. The Rock is proving he's correct again.
Everybody, yeah.
No, this is
Right.
this is not what the
Mm-mm.
champ's supposed to look like, man. Like Jesus. Um, but again, I can respect it, but it's just not. It's not the time for that.
Not the time.
Uh, I like Michael Cole when he said that. How can you trust Seth Rollins because of the history that they had? Um, which is kind of true. Uh, so it could be a lot of twists and turns going into this. So I mean, we gotta wait and see. But that promo, man, it was heartfelt but it just wasn't the time, man. You could have did that after.
after
You could have
WrestleMania.
dedicated. You know what I mean? If you won the title, you could have did that after all that. Like this was nah. This was I needed. You know what? It's war. It's on. I'm going to whoop them up. Whatever. This is something I needed. That I did not need it. Oh
This is
Lord.
war. Yeah.
Yeah, this was bad. I mean, it wasn't bad because again, like I said, I could respect it, but it was a bad timing.
Yeah, I would say it was bad timing. It did feel out of place. But you let me.
Yeah,
No, go ahead. What you want to say?
no, like yeah, like it just felt like it was out of place. Like you said, and it was just nah, bro. You could have done that after. You could have cried, celebrated, all that after. You know what I'm saying? It just looked like he was doing all that, I guess, to get the fans, but more behind him. But I'm like, dude, nah, this was not the time. I needed, I needed you Rock, you Cody. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you Rock, you Roman. It's on. You know what I mean? I needed that. I ain't needed this. This was oh my god.
Oh, man.
Go ahead, Chris. Let me hear
All
from
right.
you.
So yeah, I agree with Shane. It's not definitely not time for that right now, and you haven't even won the championship yet. But when I feel like Cody was pretty much getting that too, that of course he's gonna cry for his Cody fans, and he wanted to show the side of the Cody crybaby thing. So
Oh god, Jesus.
that's like crying in the ring.
Oh god.
So, but overall, yeah, Rock's definitely going to get him on SmackDown. Isn't Rock on SmackDown this Friday, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Rock's
think.
supposed to be there. Yeah,
Oh,
he's doing the Rock
so
concert. Oh god.
Yeah, he's
yeah,
doing the
Okay.
rock concert Friday
Oh yeah, he really about to smoke Cody.
on the 15th.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, that's all I gotta say right there.
Oh god. That's gonna be like another hour. Oh,
Bro, if this shit's like John Cena, when he did it with John Cena, I'm just gonna
click.
go to sleep.
Yep.
Remember that time? Remember that time he did that concert
Yep.
with John Cena when he fought him? Yes, I'm like, bro. I'm like, what's the point? And then in
Yeah.
2000, and then in 2000 when he did the little concert, I'm like, bro. I'm like, what's the
Yeah,
point of these concerts anyway?
yeah. He did the one on Stone Cold. I remember. Stone Cold got his
Yeah,
ass.
but
Yeah, Stone Cold got his ass though.
He
and
did
Uh
this
one
whole
on Goldberg. He did one on John Cena.
oh god.
Vicky Guerrero.
Nah, go ahead, Jeff.
Go ahead, Jeff.
this whole promo thing, I get where Cody's coming from, but that promo is pretty much like a celebration. He could have saved that till he won the title. Until he won the title. Or until he won the match. The tag team match. Something.
Mm.
But he had to do it on Monday Night Raw. And I feel bad for all the Cody crybabies. I really do.
No, no. Ooh, 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 ooh.
I was like, don't cry, Jeff. Please don't. I felt bad because I felt bad for Cody. Like Cody getting all emotional just just for him to probably lose at WrestleMania. Like, don't get emotional. Don't get emotional till after WrestleMania. Until you secured the bag. Secure the bag first and then cry.
Mhm.
And did y'all see on his bus that he had a picture of his dog on his bus?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, Fedor.
American Nightmare Bus.
And
Yeah,
then Chris was like he got all that money to put a little dog on his bus I'm
I
like,
was,
yep.
I was like, God dang. And he
All
lived.
right,
I'm like,
Jeff.
man.
There's
Yeah.
a reason why I let you go last. Because what happened next? is Nia Jax. So backstage, you see Liv Morgan sulking. She's mad over her loss. When Becky comes into the frame and they get up and get into each other's face, looked like she was going to say something to her. Looked like Becky was going to acknowledge her a little bit, but they would get attacked by a screaming Nia, who just destroyed both Liv and Becky, and telling Becky that she's not done with her yet and put her through a table. Becky will have a response to that later on the show, but I think that's what you was referring to earlier when you said you had
Yeah,
something for Nia.
yeah,
So go
yeah.
ahead. So
So
what you have to say about
yeah,
it?
so me and Chris were talking about this, about the Becky and Liv Morgan match. So Chris was like, "Oh, I thought that Nia Jax was gonna come out there and interfere, because you know how she's been coming out to the ring and all this stuff,
Mm-hmm.
interfering with people's matches." So I told him, I said, "Yeah, I thought the same thing." And then all of a sudden, we didn't see nobody. So I'm just thinking, I'm like, is Nia Jax even in the building? And then all of a sudden, later on down the line, here she go attacking Becky and Liv Morgan. I'm like, oh yeah, I think this is gonna be a fatal four way. To be
Oh
honest,
my God,
I
Jesus.
believe, I believe deep down in my soul, it's gonna be a fatal four. It's gonna be a fatal.
I
Deep
hope
down in
not.
my
God
soul,
damn.
it's gonna be a
I
fatal four way.
I hope not, and
Triple
I'm
H.
gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why. Because we gotta keep this train moving. But I'm gonna tell you why. Because it makes everything that just happened makes no sense.
It makes
Why would you have a whole number one contenders match at the Elimination Chamber just to end up having a triple threat or a fatal four way at
fatal
WrestleMania?
four way.
You might as well just have said, if that was the case, then you might as well have said Becky, Liv, and Nia was all gonna be in it because they were the runner ups for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why you should have just did that from the start, and we could have said the Elimination Chamber match was something different. Maybe Io
Mm-hmm.
could have actually defended the title in the chamber if you was gonna do it like that. But I digress. And speaking of which, segue to Io and the Kabuki Warriors, because that was the last
Ah,
match of this
no.
women's hour.
Throw it away.
The Kabuki Warriors versus Shayna and Zoe Stark. And
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
God dang.
you know what? I'm gonna cut the Kabuki Warriors some slack. The
Mm-mm.
only problem I had with this match was that they the champs. Otherwise, this was a pretty decent match. You know, Zoe looked it good, Shayna looked it good. You know, even the Kabuki Warriors. I don't have and that's not even my problem with that. I knew they was gonna look good. It's just the fact that we got them as champions. And we don't need them as champions because, like I always say, I need Kyrie to show me some singles competitor wise. But other than that, the match was fairly decent. I enjoyed it. Had no problems with it other than them being the champs. I still believe the Katana Chance and Kenny Carter should still be women's tag
The
team
party
champions.
girls.
Yeah, but the match was very decent. The Kabuki Warriors would get the victory. Then we got another Judgment Day promo afterwards with them talking with Andrade. And while Dominic Mysterio wasn't there, they tell Andrade because, unfortunately, but we all know because he just had a wedding. Congratulations to Dominic
Mm-hmm.
Mysterio. Uh, he wasn't there, but they wanted to let him know they when he gets back, they're gonna do business with Andrade because they want to do business with him. And Finn Balor said, you know what, I could vouch for Dominic because I know Andrade for a long time. He could really bring something to the table. And they all agree. And then Damian Priest was like, yeah, can we get or we agree, can we get back to our truth and stuff later? And they agreed to go handle that. And speaking of which, before we get to that match, yeah, I think that Bronson Reed and Sensuke did their little vignette promos, and that would be. Oh, I forgot to give y'all. Ask y'all, what do y'all think about this match? Go ahead, Chris.
All right. So as far as the Kabuki Warriors and Zoe Starks match. It was an okay match, I'll say the least. But then again, anybody but Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler, and then of course you already seen Dakota Kai and Io Sky already out there. You already knew who's gonna win. They did the same thing on NXT last week. They did it last night on Raw. So I was like, it's not even worth watching this match. I'm like, I'm just gonna watch it just to see the Kabuki Warriors to win. But it didn't it didn't have me excited or anything. It was just like plain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I almost skimmed over it before asking you guys. 'Cause it was like, Ray ain't much to talk about here. I mean, they kind of the Gnosis even kind of tried to hype the matchup while also hyping up Dakota Kai versus Bailey. But it was like I said, it was very decent.
And one more thing
Oh,
throughout that match, the crowd was quiet.
They
yeah.
was quiet,
Oh,
The
yeah.
super
crowd
quiet.
was quiet.
This will be the low point, I would say, of the women's hour Monday Night Raw.
You can drop a pin and can't hear the crowd. Drop a
But
coin, you can't even hear the crowd at all.
before I turn it over to Shane, what do you think about the Judgment Day promo with Andrade?
Okay, so as far as the Judgment Day promo, I feel like Damian Priest, he really don't like nobody in there. He don't want nobody new entering into the Judgment Day. Just like he didn't want JD McDonough in at first. And then I feel like, sooner or later he's gonna be leaving, and you know, he's just focused on his championship match. But I feel like Andrade is gonna come in into the Judgment Day. Damian Priest is not gonna like it, but Dominic, Finn, and Rhea will. So I want to see how that is gonna escalate next week on Monday Night Raw.
Mm. All right, Shane.
We talking about the Kabuki Warriors. I skipped that. God, it's Jesus. I mean, you kind of already gave the result out. Like you kind of spoiled the match already a little bit for me. So, uh, nah, I kind of it was an okay match at best. I mean, the Kabuki Warriors should not be tag team champions.
Mm-mm.
Oscar deserves a lot better. Kyrie Sane deserves a lot better. You
Mm.
brung her back for what? To put her back in the tag team? Like,
and,
come on,
and
man.
just
She could have
and she
stayed.
was just like a plot point for Damage Control storyline. She really
Yeah, and she could have stayed right in New Japan. She was doing great things over there. Like, man, but anyway, I'm gonna let her cook though till after WrestleMania, and I'm gonna see what
Nah.
happens. Nah,
mm.
but but for the Judgment Day promo with the whole Andrade, uh, we I would like to see that start cooking after Mania. It can be a great story, but I like that it's slow cooking right now. I know it's Andrade plan to pull Dominic Mysterio out of Judgment Day. So if he got to play the inside to get Dominic to come out, then I'm all for that. Just save the story till after Mania. Like it can be a lot of things happening after Mania. Not everybody needs to make the card, and not every story needs to make the card. So if they was to do that, I yeah, it's gonna backlash gonna be lit. There's gonna be some stories in there and some things cooking, boy. But I can't wait to see where it go. But that whole tag team match, yeah, go
Jeff.
Ah, I'm just gonna skip that whole tag team match because it was a
down.
waste. It's a waste of time. It was. I'm just gonna put it there. It's just a waste
Okay.
Mm.
of when you see
Yeah.
the Kabuki Warriors on the screen. It's just like, should I take a nap or go fix me some food?
And that's bad. That's bad.
That's
That's
just how
bad
I look
because
at it.
they're not bad. They're not bad wrestlers. at all.
No,
The
They
story,
just
no.
bad as a tag. They just bad as a tag team.
the storyline is just
Bad booking. It's
Yeah, they
bad booking.
the booking's trash.
And that's why I say what I said, because the bad booking.
what about
Okay,
Judgment Day's promo with Andrade?
everything with Andrade. Uh, I kind of like I told Chris yesterday. I told him I said I think that Andrade is either trying to lure Dominic to work with him, or he's trying to get into the Judgment Day himself. And then he was like, then somebody gonna have to leave. And I was thinking either it's gonna be JD McDonough or it's gonna be Damian Priest.
Nah, I
Damian
gotta
Priest
be
is gonna
Priest.
Damian Priest is gonna leave, and he's gonna work on trying to get him a title. The
But he
boys
ain't
is
good.
gonna he's gonna try. He's gonna
But he ain't.
try,
But he's not good as a
but he's
singles
not
man.
gonna succeed. And then he's gonna be like, you know, uh, give us the NXT Priest. Give us NXT Priest. Like
Yeah.
if he turned heel, if he yeah, the Damian Priest from NXT. And like I'll get behind that. But this Priest you got now, no. Take him out of Judgment Day and let him cook himself as a
Nah,
singles competitor.
I'm gonna be honest. I like this Damian Priest better than NXT Priest. To me, I like this Priest a little bit better. The only thing is, WWE is just not believing that he's going to be a world champion. I'm sorry, it's not.
And he's not.
Maybe he'll cash in at WrestleMania. I hope so. But
But he's not
if
gonna
you're not,
succeed.
if you're not gonna if you're not gonna do nothing after that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you.
It's definitely a sink or swim for Damian Priest. But speaking of Damian Priest, that's our next match, which is
Uh,
Damian Priest versus R-Truth,
uh,
which was pretty good.
it was a
Get
fun match, yeah.
It was a fun
Mm-hmm.
match. It was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
R-Truth didn't look bad. I actually like R-Truth. I'm like, this man is an old ass man, and he can still hang.
True,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
This man
like
true.
has done. This
53.
man has been in every business, and he don't look like he aged at all. He don't look
Right.
like he aged. This man can
Mm-mm.
still hang, and it was pretty good. He took a nasty fall when he did that dive on everybody and almost smacked his head on the announcer table, but did smack his head on the ground. But the match was pretty decent. Judgment Day's antics screwed him over, but he did look very decent. It looked like at one point he had the match won, but due to Finn Balor, he would get the South of Heaven choke slam, and Damian Priest would get the victory. I'm starting to see they starting to make Damian Priest get a lot of victories here. So I'm starting to see they kind of sort of building him up toward maybe a successful cash in. Who knows? But he's
They
not.
need
But
to.
but that's the one thing you can't deny. He's on a winning streak. So they
Yeah,
building him up
no, that's
towards something.
facts.
He's building him up towards something.
Yeah, they need
There
to.
will be a DIY would be there also. They would get into a brawl. Then JD McDonough came out and they all would just brawl out afterwards. But I think Judgment Day stood tall. Afterwards, this is where I met by Becky Lynch having a response to Nia Jax and Rhea per se, because she mentioned how that she shouldn't be taking all these matches close to her match with Rhea at WrestleMania, but she has to finish the job with Nia Jax. And she said her and Nia Jax will have a match next week. I believe she said in the last man standing match.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
last woman standing. Yep.
Yep. So what do y'all think about that in this promo? About this match in the promo, I should say. Go ahead, Chris.
Great.
Um, I think Rhea's gonna interfere in the match next week.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. And it's gonna be a draw.
You can't have a draw though. Look, I don't think I ever seen a draw in the last woman standing match. I think you can have a draw.
They gonna pull the AEW.
Yeah, they gonna pull AEW. They gonna pull AEW.
Oh God!
Bro,
What
if
They
they
was
about
do
like both.
that,
They would be like both women are down. It was like we the referee like we can't understand. This match has been considered a draw.
Yo, yo.
both women gonna be laid
Oh,
out on the mat. Can't get up.
my bad, my bad. Go ahead, Chris. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But that's what I feel like is going to happen next week because this is not going to be a clean match, and
what about
especially Liv Morgan coming around too.
Oh God!
Yes, that's what I'm about to say. Liv Morgan's gonna interfere too.
Yo, oh man.
Because she got to get her get back at Nia Jax as well.
And Nia, oh God.
So what did you think about the match per se though, Chris? The Damian Priest versus R-Truth.
Oh damn! No, I ain't got no comment on that. Yeah,
That's just
R-Truth shouldn't even been there, but he knew what he was
he's
doing. So.
like
Yo,
50 something years old.
y'all leave my man Truth alone. I
He
like
does,
Truth.
He's like 50.
but he don't.
like
Like 50
the
something
match
years
was
old.
pretty entertaining for me. But go ahead then, Shane.
No, the match was cool. I mean, our Truth is our Truth. I mean, he's hilarious. To me, he's the GOAT. I don't care what nobody say. He's the GOAT. Goddamn it. 52-time 24/7 champion. Yeah, he's the GOAT. Shout out to Truth, boy. Um, with with Becky Lynch making her last woman standing. So, but for God's sake, just don't make it a fatal 4-way. And this last woman standing match is going to determine all of that. It's going to just determine all of that. Watch. It's going to determine all of it. Because if they interfere and Adam Pearce comes out on some bullshit, make this a fatal 4-way, I don't know, yo. I'm throwing the shoe at the TV, bro. I'm gonna get mad.
Jeff, what you think?
That R-Truth match. That R-Truth match was cool. Like, um, R-Truth go out there and do his thing every time he wrestles. Even though he's the old man of the WWE now. He's like in his 50s. But anyway,
The goal.
that's my boy. Yeah, he's the GOAT. That's my boy. I like him.
Yep. Hey, quick.
This match with Becky. Why is Becky trying to why Becky put this match together and knowing that she ain't got many days till WrestleMania. If she get hurt, her spot is over with. Like her time is over.
Yeah,
On to the next woman. On to the next woman.
Liv take it.
Oh God. Yo, stop,
It could be
bro.
Liv or Nia that take her spot.
Bro, go to the next segment. Oh man, bro.
Like why? Like why?
Yo, if they
But
think of
yeah,
that,
I still see interference
I'm just
with
saying,
Liv
like,
Morgan.
I'm just saying that, like, with Liv Morgan, they
Hey,
Michael Cole said on commentary, Liv Morgan, well, Rhea Ripley is why Liv Morgan has been out nearly a year with a
oh God.
injury and all that.
Hey
And
Chris. Hey
yeah,
Chris. Thank you
She wants her to
for
get back.
Chris and Jeff. Thank you for ruining my WrestleMania dreams. Thank you. Thank
but
you all.
No.
let's just see what happens after
Thank
next
you.
Monday
Oh,
on
thank
Raw.
you.
Nah, thank y'all. Thank y'all very much.
Shane, thank
No,
you.
let me tell you.
Oh God.
So we got two quick promos here because due to time, they want to get to this gauntlet match. So
Oh
Jake
God.
will come out to the ring and basically do his little stick about main event Jey Uso being in your city, and pretty much said that he challenging Jimmy Uso to a match at WrestleMania. That's pretty much the promo.
And then bam, song
And then
plays, it's gone.
and,
Yes,
then
I'm ready.
there we got Gunther, who basically commented on the Gauntlet match itself and said that it basically didn't matter because no one could stop him at WrestleMania. Then we got the Gauntlet match. Before we get to that, just real quick, what y'all thought about Jey Uso's challenge?
It was quick, simple, easy. It didn't take long.
Jeff?
I thought Jimmy was gonna come out there and attack him or say something, but
I'm
you
I'm
know,
with you on that. I thought Jimmy was coming out at some point.
but maybe on Friday on SmackDown, so he'll accept the match
Hmm.
and have some words, but who knows?
Shane?
Trash. Trash. He should have saved that for SmackDown. He should have called out his brother on SmackDown like, yo, come to this ring right now, bruh. Like, it should have went like that. It should have went like that, bruh. Because I don't care what nobody say. This is your brother done screwed you 5 times. Five
Hmm.
times. Booker T title reigns. Bro.
For John
No,
Cena,
man. And you did a challenge on Raw?
bro,
Nah, man. Nah. You should have went
Man,
right on SmackDown like,
you got to
yo,
go.
man,
where my
Roman is not gonna let his brother, well, is not gonna let Jimmy talk on the microphone.
Nah, he should have let his brother. Jay should have went on SmackDown. Yo,
Invade his privacy.
where my brother at? What's up? I want to fight. You know what I mean? I just think it would have had a. I just think it would have had an impact. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
If it would have had a better impact than what happened on Monday, it would been a little bit more than just a quick, simple challenge. But
Yeah.
moving on to the main event here, which is the Gauntlet match itself.
Oh, dang.
Look at Shane.
And Shane, I'm with you.
Man, Shane over there beating up the pillow.
I'm with you. I think everybody here is with you on this one because I did not
Uh-huh.
expect that ending. I did not expect that ending, but it's a business. It's a
I'm gonna
business.
leave my comment to myself.
It's a business.
I'm listening.
But you know what? I'm the type of person I'll take a risk. But I know maybe that's why I'm not one of the people who's writing stories for WWE because I want to take a risk.
Mm-hmm.
But so getting to why we are a little bit down here once we mentioned the main event, we got Ricochet and JD McDonough starting off the Gauntlet match. Had a fun little back and forth, but Ricochet would eliminate JD McDonough, and then Bronson Reed would be the next in to come in. And that is a little bit fun of back and forth between Bronson Reed and Ricochet. Nice big man versus little man thing, but Bronson Reed would eliminate Ricochet. Out comes Sami Zayn. By this point, is the fourth man of the match, and him and Sami had another fun little big man versus little man match with Sami getting the little man victory over the big man. I think he used the power bomb off the ropes, off the turnbuckle for the pin.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bronson Reed would get mad and attack and beat the hell out of Sami Zayn, which is leaving Shinsuke Nakamura come out to try to pick up the bones, trying to get the easy victory. But no, Sami Zayn fought through. They had a nice little back and forth. And a fucking Haluna kick out of nowhere. And now it's down to the last two, which is Chad Gable and Sami Zayn. Chad Gable comes out. He like not like this. He doesn't want to just pin him. He lift him up and tell him how to stand up so we can do this like, we want to do it for real, one-on-one. I don't
Like
want
real men.
like real men. And they had this was the best part of this Gauntlet match. They truly had a great match. And Chad Gable is a phenomenal athlete. I'll never stop saying this about Chad Gable. He is phenomenal. And he has great matches.
Yep. Sami
This
Zayn do
match,
too.
and this is how you know they kind of sort of did get behind Chad Gable. Chad Gable has some of the best near falls in this whole match. Asked several times he thought Chad Gable had it, especially with the ankle lock. I mean, I swear for God, I thought Sammy was tapped. When I think after that, the second or third ankle lock, I thought
Mm-hmm.
happened. But here's the sad part. After all that last ankle lock, Sammy will reverse it. 1, 2, 3. Sammy is your winner. He is going to WrestleMania to face Gunther. Gunther comes out to stare down with Sammy, and they end the show. Chad Gable is dejected. I think they did have Sammy. Like Sammy whispered something, to him, but you can see he was dejected and heartbreaking. They did do a digital exclusive for on the WWE YouTube page where they interviewed Chad Gable. Yeah, Shane, I'm gonna let you go first because I know this hurt you the most. Yeah, look at it. He got to get his words together.
God, man. Listen, and this is no offense to Sammy. I got no shame in Sammy. I'm a huge fan of Sammy. But for God's sake, WWE, you had it. You had it right in your hands. Had it. You had. Listen, I'm not mad that Sammy Zayn won, but
hold on, Sammy. I'm gonna set you up real quick. Everybody, this is why this man is upset. He's gonna be at WrestleMania, so he was hoping to see that match. So that's why when you see him upset like this, it's because he's gonna be there in person. So now you got context of why this man is upset. Look at it.
I really wanted. Oh, man. Had it. Had the story. Now this was Chad Gable's moment right here. You had it in your hands, bomb, and you took it away. You took it from me, WWE. You took it from me. You thieves. You thieves. Triple H. Who I think it was Jason Jordan that wrote that match. I think it was Jason
Jordan. Let me wrestle no more.
Word. I think it was Jason Jordan. I don't care what nobody say. What was
Jason Jordan versus Chad Gable at WrestleMania.
Jason Jordan.
I think it was Jason Jordan that wrote that match. I don't care what nobody say, because y'all just took my dreams away from me. It was personal for Chad. It wasn't just for the title. It was to put a smile on his face. Damn it. And y'all took it away from me. You WWE, you thieves. You thieves. And I hope Gunther, and again, I love Sammy. This ain't no shit, but I hope Gunther remains champion. Damn it.
Oh, I got something to say about that, but I'm going to let Chris go.
Oh, no, you go ahead a little bit, man.
No, it's going to be how I'm going to end it, though, so go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, that match there, we already know Ricochet wasn't going to win or nobody else. So of course it came down to Chad and Sammy. They actually did have a pretty good match, I would say the least. But the thing was of how it went. Maybe next week on Monday Night Raw, Chad Gable is going to come up, to Adam Pearce, or Adam Pearce is going to come up to Chad Gable. He was like, well, you see this right here, and then more likely probably insert him into the match at Mania. But overall, they did some of their greatest work in there, and I would love to see a match between those two once again sometime later down the line. But I wanted Chad to win as well because, like Shane said, it's a story that's already built there between the two. Man, it's been like twice or three times already he's been trying to compete for it. But this last time would have been his time to actually shine at Mania. And of course, he was gonna have his family there, and then that would be one of the greatest moments being a part of a 40-year WrestleMania thing, and you win the title, and it's just like, man. But we'll see what's gonna happen next week on Raw or the Raw after next week.
Oh, hold
Yeah.
on.
That match was amazing, but I had I had nothing bad about it because either way it go, like I'm a big fan of both of them, and I want both of them to have their Mania moment, but I didn't want Sami Zayn to have his Mania moment like this. I'm gonna put it like this: I wanted Chad Gable, but as you see, Triple H wanted something different. He wanted Sami Zayn to take the spotlight from Chad Gable, but at the end of the day, oh man, Triple H, what are you doing? What are you doing? What in the actual hell are you doing? Like, come on, give the fans what they really want, and not what you want or what you need. Give us what we want and what we need. We the ones that's paying all this money to see the pay-per-views, see Monday Night Raw and SmackDown and stuff, and y'all giving us garbage, hot garbage. So, oh man. But
But
I want to see that match again. I want to see that match down the line again.
if before my fault, a little big man, before you take us out, I just want to say this: if this is going to help Chad Gable to where the fans is going to get behind him, he needs to come out on the next Raw and hijack Raw until he get Adam Pearce out there, show the footage like, yo, my shoulders wasn't completely down on the mat. What do we do about this? And this is how you build Chad Gable, either a triple threat or you save it until Backlash.
And like I said, it was either Jeff or Hector who said this. You turn Chad into wrestling machine Kurt Angle. I mean, when he went on a tear with the mouth guard and everything.
Oh yeah, Kurt Angle.
Oh yeah, that was Hector that said that.
You turn him into wrestling machine Kurt Angle, and that would be a way to elevate Chad Gable. He just started destroying people left and right. Forget Alpha Academy, forget all that. I need wrestling machine, WCW, ECW, Kurt Angle. That being said, Chris, give me your verdict of tonight's show or yesterday's show.
Yeah, yesterday's show. I was about to say tonight's show. Hold on, today Tuesday. So I agree with you. You know, you guys about Chad Gable and everything. I gave it a 9, but I'll have to give it a 7.
Damn.
Yeah, I have to give it a 7. but as Shane always says, MVP of the night is Candice LeRae.
Oh,
yes,
for sure.
Ah,
Sure. Match of the night though was definitely the Gauntlet match. The
Yeah.
Gauntlet definitely the match of the night. But Shane, go ahead, give me your overall.
All right. Overall, the show, I give it. Overall, I'm gonna give the show an 8.
shout out to all the Cody Crybabies. Please, shout out to all the Cody Crybabies.
Get
Shout
this
out
man
to all the Cody
bloodline.
Crybabies.
Hey, Roman, this man wants to be part of the bloodline for real.
MVP to the Cody Crybabies. MVP to the Cody Crybabies. Nah, just playing.
Hey, y'all gonna leave my man Cody alone, huh? He was expressing feelings.
He expressing his feelings like a woman.
Yeah.
But anyway, show maybe I'll get a show I would say an 8. It was it was good.
Mm, mm. Well, for me, I'm gonna stick with where I gave it for my individual video. I gave it a 7.5. It was almost an 8. That disappointment of not Chad not getting it kind of hamper my excitement because I really was hoping because they really had me going with the match, and I was really hoping Chad was get it. So I gave it a 7.5. But my thing is too, before I hand it off to you, Chris, this
Mm-hmm.
hurt Chad Gable so much because if you don't do something real hardcore with Chad, I mean, have him busting out the gates, destroying people, ain't nobody about to get behind Chad, and he's going to be a jobber for life.
He's gonna be saying
But
thank you for the rest of his career.
but
Thank
this
you.
but I will give you this that we do got a door opportunity here with Chad. With this setback, this is a possibility to elevate Chad. But
Hmm.
that's another discussion for another video. Go ahead,
Thank
Chris.
you.
Out of here.
All right, you guys. If you liked our video today, be sure to give this video a like and a comment, of course, and be sure also to subscribe to Wrestling Pit Podcast here on YouTube.com. And till next time, you guys, we'll see you guys for what is it? What are you doing, Shane? The AEW review?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that Thursday. Oh God,
Okay,
Jesus.
yeah,
Oh, big
AEW.
business.
Till next time, you guys. We'll Wrestling Pit Podcast is out. See y'all later and have a good night.
Wrestling Pit
Peace.
Podcast, baby.